And we welcome you to the River City Sports Network here from Soddy-Daisy High School as the Trojans are set to kick off against their rivals from the south, the Red Bank Lions. The third-year head coach has got good fortune so far against his rivals from the south, winning last year 43-30 and 21-7. But the Trojans are currently on a 4-game out of their last 5 meetings wins, currently 3 in a row. Will he make it 4 tonight? That is Justin Barnes of the Soddy-Daisy. But before we jump into that game, we're going to scan the area and talk about some of the 5 biggest matchups of tonight. We're going to start. Eric is listening in a little bit. Walker Valley hosts Bradley Central as the Mustangs were able to beat the Bears for the first time ever last season. What about that game? Talk to me about that. What is the key for both those teams?
I think it's a battle of the quarterbacks in that game with Cole Copeland for Bradley Central and Colton Gibson, the sophomore, for Walker Valley. 2 young quarterbacks there, as Copeland is a junior. So it'll definitely be a battle of those two to see who comes out on top. It's at Walker Valley, so it'll be an interesting matchup there for sure.
Ooltewah hosts the second-ranked team in classification 6A, and the Riverdale Warriors travels to the Owls' Nest as the Owls, actually ranked 5 in Class 5A, host the Warriors in a pretty big juggernaut matchup here in the early season. How do you see that one panning out with the Owls returning 9 starters and that stingy defense?
It'll definitely be a test for Owls. Probably one of the hardest games the Owls have all season long opening up, but at least it's at home. That's a big factor in that game that it's in the Owls' Nest instead of having to travel all the way to Murfreesboro. I think if Ooltewah wins this game tonight, and it'll be one on the defensive side of the ball, that they have a really, really good chance of cleaning the slate and going 10-0 this season.
The Owls had a few critics last year saying that schedule was awfully weak and that 11-1 record might have been a fluke. Not tonight, as they host the second-ranked Warriors in Classification 6A from Murfreesboro, Riverdale. Keeping it in the area, Signal Mountain hosts rival East Hamilton in a much-heated matchup as Ty Wise, the new coach of the Eagles after longtime head coach Bill Price retired. Wise gets his start tonight as the Eagles head coach, but they're facing a rebuild team, a blue-collar mentality East Hamilton team that travels all the way up the mountain. How does that one play out?
Well, I think that one actually got a 7 o'clock kickoff here instead of 7:30, and our insider Ryan told us that Nick Woods is already connected for a 70-yard touchdown to go ahead over the Eagles 7-0 early on, and I think that'll kind of be the theme the rest of the night. I like the Hurricanes in that one.
Numbers may be an issue in that one, as Signal last week at the Jamboree had the fewest numbers they've had since establishing that school in 2007. Something the fans might have to deal with in a rebuilding year. But Cleveland, another new head coach in that of Scott Cummings, the ex-5A state champion coach from Knoxville West, relocated this offseason to Cleveland, hosting Sevier County, Deuce Wallace, Doron Banks, 2 SEC commits, going down to Bill Monroe Stadium to face the Blue Raiders of Cleveland tonight. How does that one pan out? Can Cummings kind of leave where he left off at Cleveland, a new home, or does Sevier County come down and get the win on the road?
I think that'll be interesting to see how Cummings' team reacts in their first game under him. They lost 20-something seniors last season and only have 7 or so seniors on the roster this season. So I think Sevier County has the advantage in that one with Wallace at quarterback and Dorian Banks playing both running back and cornerback, which is also the Tennessee commit.
McMinn County hosts McMinn Central tonight after the Chargers stole one last year, 36-35 from the Cherokees, the first after a long drought. How does this one play out as McMinn Central brings back one of the best backfields in all of the area?
I think this is the Jackson Long show for McMinn Central, the Chargers. I think they kind of have the edge in this one going in for the second year in a row and can make it 2 straight for the first time in a very, very long time.
Bringing it back to our game again, the Soddy-Daisy Trojans are hosting the Red Bank Lions in a heated non-conference matchup here as the third-year head coach Justin Barnes tries to extend Soddy's win streak currently to 4 as they've won 3 in a row. Let's preview this when we come back in 1 minute. Back to Soddy-Daisy High School as the Trojans have taken the field, and that only means one thing. Football is back in the Chattanooga Valley, and it couldn't be a better night of football. It's a cool 70 degrees as the Trojans are set to face off against their rivals from the south, the Red Bank Lions. We're going to preview that game as Eric Sisson will give you a player to watch from each side and also 3 keys for each team. Eric, let's talk Red Bank.
All right, for Red Bank, first of all, we noticed that Will Davis is not out here tonight. He's looked to be a playmaker for them, but I think the player to watch for Red Bank is Trey Stamper. Defensive lineman will also line up in the backfield and run the ball a little bit. And 3 keys for Red Bank, they got to force new Soddy-Daisy quarterback Justin Cook to stay inside the pocket. In the Jamboree last week, he made a ton of plays, escaping out of the pocket and throwing the ball downfield. And then on the offensive side, they have to find a playmaker to replace Will Davis. And for the defense again, they have to limit Soddy-Daisy big plays. Soddy-Daisy scored on 3 big plays last week. 2 of them got called back because of penalties, but they need to make Soddy-Daisy go on long, sustained drives.
And what about Soddy-Daisy? The Trojans 4-7 last year, an early exit in the playoffs, but they did make it to the playoffs, gave Oak Ridge all they could handle. What about this year's team after replacing so much firepower in that offense? Record-setting quarterback Hunter Maynor has left. Blake Smith, Levi Thornton, some of the defensive players, and Tyler Sullivan, they're gone. A new-look team, but still a few guys that we know. Eric, let's talk Soddy-Daisy.
Yeah, well, replacing Hunter Maynor at the quarterback position is Justin Cook, and as for Red Bank, I said they need to keep him in the pocket. Well, I think Soddy-Daisy needs to get Justin Cook outside on the perimeter, let him throw on the run, make plays with his feet, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has a big day running and passing for the Soddy-Daisy offense. And for the defense, put some pressure on Red Bank offense. Caleb Tate getting the start at quarterback for Red Bank, started some in 2014 as well, but now that Malik Davis is gone, he's back under center. They need to pressure him and put Red Bank in situations that they do not want to be in.
That's an interesting situation as Caleb Tate, the quarterback for Red Bank, started the first 6 games last year for the Lions, but then he was one of 4 others to take snaps in the last 4 games of the season, or 5 games for that matter, because the Lions did make the playoffs. So let's talk a little bit. We did this last night at Ray County. What's going through each coach's minds right now? What did they say to their team starting this early season? You know, you would have to think this isn't, everybody thinks, well, the first game, life is done after this one game. So where does each team go after this matchup, but also what are they thinking going into this matchup?
Well, as you said, it is the first game. It's a non-region contest. Kind of get a historic rivalry going here, being able to still play, even though recent TSSAA realignments. But for Soddy-Daisy, it's just replacing that offensive production. You just got to tell your guys to make play. They've looked good in the preseason. Also, look for Christian Bell at the running back position. And for Red Bank, you got to replace the 2 Davises. Like we said, we don't know where Will is. Malik graduated last season. So I think Coach Grabowski for Red Bank's just saying, hey, somebody step up and let's make some plays.
Interesting. Second-year head coach at Red Bank and also your third-year head coach, both of them. Grabowski changed the misfortunes last year, but still lost to the Trojans in the second game of the season. So it'll be interesting how this one pans out. We're going to take a minute break. When we come back, we're going to have football here from Soddy-Daisy High School. So grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, because we're not going anywhere, and hopefully you can join us for the next 3 hours of your day. And we welcome you back to Soddy-Daisy as we have the captains for you. Number 45 for Soddy-Daisy is Tyler Smith. Number 32 is Connor Stiles. You're also going to have number 26, Christian Bell, and number 56, Grant Cordell for your Soddy-Daisy captains of the night. On Red Bank sideline, you have Caleb Tate. You also had number 54, Carlos Woodruff, and also Trey Stamper. Red Bank breaks through the barrier, trying to turn around their misfortunes against their rivals from the north on currently a 3-game losing streak. It will be interesting how this one pans out. I didn't see which way the coin flipped, Eric. Do we know who's getting the ball first?
I didn't see it either, but let's see. Looks like Soddy-Daisy's going to be kicking it off to Red Bank here to start it out.
Soddy-Daisy's set to kick. Christian Bell is looking to be as their place kicker for the Trojans. Interesting move. Last year it was Trey Carter.
Did not know that.
Trey Carter, a recent baseball commit at the University of Tennessee, multi-sport athlete for the Trojans. He'll be key tonight as a go-to receiver for quarterback Justin Cook. But deep for the Red Bank Lions, we have number 21, Calvin Jackson. It seems the freshman getting the nod as the deep man. Also the senior DeMarcus Rivers, the running back deep for the Red Bank Lions.
Looks like we're having some clock issues early on here.
Even the logistics staff is having a few problems as this early season is set to go. But Soddy-Daisy is lined down in a sort of a bear attack formation. I don't really like that kickoff style. I like them swaying a little bit back and forth, Eric. But Christian Bell is being held up right now by the official, trying to work out some clock issues. They're going to let it run. And I think we're about to have some Friday night football, Eric.
I think this is good right here to get Caleb Tate on the field and get some nerves out at the quarterback position and let this Red Bank offense go to work early on.
Caleb Tate much needed some confidence from the head coaching staff last year. Again, started 6 games but didn't miss, but one of 4 other players to get touches in the last 5 games of the season for the Lions at the quarterback position. So they need some consistency there. You could tell last year as the offense didn't really know what they were doing late in the game. Number 12 wasn't taking the snaps, and Malik Davis, they just seemed lost at times.
Right, definitely replacing Malik Davis is going to be the biggest question mark coming in this game for sure as Christian Bell kicks it off.
A pooch kick for Soddy-Daisy goes to number 5. Robert Perry takes it up to, it looks as the 40-yard line, and the Lions with great field positions to open up this matchup. Caleb Tate receiving the signals from the sideline. It doesn't appear any coaching staff of the Red Bank Lions came up to the booth where we are, so they're going to take all their signals tonight from the sidelines. That's an interesting go-to as some of the Soddy coaches are next to us. But out wide, you have number 14, Blake Cagle for the Lions. On the other side, you have a Robert Perry, and your deep back appears to be number 13, Seti Bajedovic. As 23 gets the ball, Zay Brown, the sophomore, gains about a yard, coming up into kind of like a shotgun wing T formation as the Red Bank Lions came out there first.
Yeah, just a little handoff on the back side of Tate there to the left side. Not much going there. A couple yards on the play.
Caleb Tate again receiving the signals from the sidelines. The Lions walk up to the line again in a shotgun pistol wing T formation. Not used to seeing this. DeMarcus Rivers comes in motion, takes the handoff, goes outside, looks at the gain about 6 yards, but a marker on the play. Might have been a chop block. Don't want to see that early as we have a defender for the Trojans down.
Yeah, just a little jet sweep action there instead of coming in front of the quarterback. Good gain there, but the penalty looks like it'll bring it back.
It appears number 12, Jordan Day, for the Soddy-Daisy Trojans were shaking up that play, but he's coming to the sideline walking off. That seems to be a good sign early on, as he's one that the coaching staff felt could give them a real boost from the secondary this year, so it's good to see him getting up and walking off.
It's really going to be interesting to see how this Soddy-Daisy defense does. Last year they gave up 36 points per game. So we'll see if any improvements were made there, because that was really the weak point of their team last year. And I'm sure they could have probably gotten to 6 or 7 wins if it wasn't for their defense.
Yeah, major issues have been seen here on the defensive side of the ball for the Trojans since Justin Barnes has taken over. But it seemed last week in the Jamboree they were gang tackling, they were moving defenders to the ball, so that's something nice to see. As it was, it appears to be a cut block for the Red Bank Lions, so they're backed up. You have a 2nd and 19 as Caleb Tate again is in the shotgun formation. Looks right, intercepted by number 3, Brandon Davis, and just like that, as it started yesterday at Ray County, coming out the second play of the game, third play for that matter, we have a turnover as Jordan Day, Brandon Davis picks off Caleb Tate's pass, and the Trojans are already in business. Talking about defense, that's how you get some confidence on that defensive side of the ball, force the turnover early.
That was a good play by Davis right there, just a slant route. He had the Cagle one-on-one out here and got in front of Cagle and made the play on the football.
Just a sophomore is Brandon Davis, so that will be a name to watch in the Trojan secondary for years to come as junior quarterback Justin Cook takes the snap again out of the pocket, looking deep. It appears he might have a touchdown to Trey Carter. 1-2, easy. That's the way you gain confidence if you're replacing a quarterback like Hunter Maynard. And just like that, the Trojans are on the board. Justin Cook deep to Trey Carter. Something we saw last week at the Jamboree. Looks like they've lost no steps as the Trojans line up to kick the extra point.
That's something that I said pregame. That was 2 keys right there Red Bank did. They let Cook out of the pocket, and they gave up a big play to start the game there.
A great 1-2 connection is Justin Cook, the junior quarterback, taking over for the departed Hunter Maynard. Hits Trey Carter, the recent baseball commit of UTK, 4-6. Trojans put it up through the uprights, and we have a score of 7-0 with 10:43 left in the first quarter. We're going to take a short break, but we will be right back. We welcome you back to Soddy-Daisy as the Trojans force a turnover by the sophomore Brandon Davis, picking off Caleb Tate's pass of Red Bank. Turn right around, first play, Justin Cook rolls to his right, hits Trey Carter for a bomb into the end zone. The Trojans are up 7-0 in this matchup early on. Talk to me how that play transpired. We talked about Red Bank wanting to keep Justin Cook in the pocket, weren't able to in that play, and he made him pay for it, Eric.
Well, it looked like Cook just got out of the pocket in the corner, picked his eyes in the backfield, and let Trey Carter get behind him, which is easy to do. And Carter's known for that, making big plays in the back or in the deep part of the secondary, and he got back behind the corner, and you can never let that happen as a corner.
And something about Trey Carter, if you can get him going early in any sport that he plays, he seems to have a big game. So all things good going here for the Trojans early as they're up 7-0 at home versus their rivals from the South, Red Bank. As, again, Christian Bell just a few minutes ago, less than 2 minutes, have lined up to kick off. Deep again is number 21, Calvin Jackson for the Red Bank Lions, and number 1, the senior, DeMarcus Rivers, as Christian Bell is set to kick off. He kicked it the last time the Trojans were kicking off. We'll see what he does here. He walks up. It seems to be an onside kick, though unsuccessful, recovered at the 47, it appears, and the Lions, just like that, get another great field position. A questionable call there from Justin Barnes to try to hit him with a quick onside kick, Eric.
Yeah, that's something to keep an eye on there, giving him a good field position like that. But it kind of shows confidence in his defense to be able to let his defense go out there with such a short field. Again,
the Red Bank Lions line up in this split wing T shotgun formation as the wings. You have DeMarcus Rivers as Caleb Tate keeps it, but a pitch out, not fooling the defenses all, as number 19, Jacob Jordan, comes up and makes the tackle from his cornerback, from his safety position, it appears. A great play, kind of good penetration by the Soddy-Daisy defense, and that was good. Jacob Jordan coming up and making the tackle on that one.
That was a good play by Soddy-Daisy defense right there. Red Bank gave them a little option look, triple option look to the left side, and they were very disciplined on that play and being on the right keys.
Again, Caleb Tate walking up to the line of scrimmage. Soddy showing a little bit of a different look on this play as DeMarcus Rivers appears to go in motion. Rivers does get the pitch, met by a gang of Soddy-Daisy tacklers, gains about 2 on the play. Again, it will be 3rd and 14, it appears, for the Lions. Not something.
Like, this is exactly like what happened last night. You do not want to give up another turnover right here, and a punt's not the worst thing in the world.
Looking over to the sideline is Caleb Tate. Something that you did not see the Lions do last year much is attack downfield. We'll see if they go deep here. Coming in motion, Caleb Tate does look downfield, flustered, rushed out of the pocket. Looks like he might be able to pick up the first down. Depending on where they mark him, he either got it or he might be a tad short. It looks like he's going to get it. He may be just a hair short. They moved him back just a tad. They say 4th down over the PA system here. Red Bank coach, second-year head coach Chad Grabowski, in a little bit of a difficult situation here, but it looks as he is electing to go for it.
I agree with this decision here.
It appears you would want your bruising fullback Trey Stamper to jump in the game, but he elects not. Same set. Bo Cagle out right. Caleb Tate in the shotgun. DeMarcus Rivers comes in motion, appears to get the handoff, and he is stuffed. Met by number 13 force Ty Beck on the tackle, and the Trojans will take over again. A great defensive play there to stop the Red Bank Lions on 4th down.
Same play we've seen probably 3 or 4 times now, and it's the same result every time. Soddy-Daisy shutting that one down.
Seems they took a little bit of extra time this week in the film room to really set up defensively and get aligned, and they've done perfectly so far, forcing a turnover and now forcing a turnover on downs for the Lions. Justin Cook, the quarterback of Soddy-Daisy, getting his first start tonight, has already thrown a touchdown pass to senior receiver Trey Carter. To his right, it appears the senior running back Christian Bell. He was one of our key players to watch tonight. Again, Justin Barnes does like to pass the ball, but don't be afraid to run it either, Eric.
Oh, yeah, I agree 100%. Christian Bell is a weapon back there. He needs to utilize it.
And just like that, they do hand it to Christian Bell up about 3 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 7 for the Trojans.
I think that's something Soddy-Daisy needs to do, just keep the defense honest, and more runs like that will open up the downfield passing game for sure.
Your receivers are Jacob Lemons, number 4 Jordan Holcomb, Trey Carter, and Christian Bell is your running back, as Justin Cook is out running on a design quarterback run. He picks up the first down and then some up to around the 41-yard line. He kind of has a little bit of what we were seeing last night, the quarterback at Baylor and Will Austin. He can throw and he can run.
Yeah, that's a good little run off to the right side, but he really didn't see a defender until he was 5-7 yards down the field, and that's always a good thing, and picked up the first down.
Holcomb, Carter, and Lemons make up the receivers package. Your running back is Christian Bell, who gets the handoff, has nothing but running room, makes a nice cut, and he might be going into the end zone. He does. Number 26, force 6 is Christian Bell, and the Trojans, it's been all Trojans here early as 26 Christian Bell runs in the end zone from about 39 yards out, and the Trojans are again on the board, up 13-0, lining up to kick the extra point.
Bell is a dynamic back. He saw the 2 defenders on the play, made them both miss, and was hit it up the sideline, beat the safety, and then for the score.
One of our top running backs in our positional rankings in the offseason, Christian Bell, showing his worth early in this game as the Trojans line up to kick the extra point. The hold is good. It appears to be through the uprights, and the Trojans are in business again. 14-0 here with 8:37 left in the first quarter. We'll take a short break, and the Trojans will be kicking off. But again, the Trojans are up 14-0 with 8:37 left in the first quarter. We welcome you back to Soddy-Daisy High School as the Trojans are up 14-0 with 8:37 left in the first quarter. A touchdown catch by Trey Carter and a run by Christian Bell has got the Trojans up 14-0 in this ball game as Bell is set to kick off for the third time tonight. First one being a pooch kick, the next one an onside, but this is another pooch trying to get it out of the hands of some of those speedy Red Bank running backs. As Robert Perry gets it, that could be a late hit on the side, but Robert Perry appears to be up to the 40 or the 32-yard line.
It's like the 37-yard line.
The 37-yard line. Thank you, Eric, for correcting me on that one. The refs were in the way. But Eric, down 14-0. This is something we saw last night as Ray County was down to Baylor early in the game, but they were able to fight their way back. What does Red Bank need to do on this drive to get some momentum?
Well, the last drive we saw Tate make a play with his feet. I think you can kind of utilize that in some way, give him a run-pass option, and let him do that.
Caleb Tate walks back out under the center again in the shotgun. Running back comes in motion. Caleb Tate takes the snap, hands it to number 3. Destin Henderson, the senior, is bottled up quickly as Soddy-Daisy defense continues to play well in the first quarter here from Soddy-Daisy High School. Red Bank just not getting anything going here early.
This is definitely good to see out of Soddy-Daisy defense. Their run defense is looking really sharp early on.
Issues again, allowing 36 points per game last year was the Trojan defense, but it seems here early they've fixed some of their problems and have the Red Bank looking a little bit shocked here early. Caleb Tate takes the handoff, electing to run himself, gets a little bit of running room as, again, number 13, Ty Beck, hits first defender to meet him, followed by number 5, Zach Johnson for the Trojans defense. Another good play by the Trojans. Just gain a little bit, but not allowing those big plays like they did last year.
Another looked like an option there, but it looked like Tate decided early on that he was keeping that one. And he did pick up a good gain, runs pretty hard for a quarterback.
The second straight possession as the Red Bank Lions are now facing another 3rd and long here. An offense that's not really built for 3rd and long. What do you go to right now? Do you try to hit your wing back for a screen, or are you trying to run and get a more manageable 4th down?
I think you let Tate pass the ball right here.
Tate does go up to passes again, met by a herd of Soddy-Daisy defenders who get the sack. It looked like Tyler Smith was the first one to meet him there. Soddy-Daisy's first sack. So in the game so far, they've created an interception. They've had a sack and a couple of tackle for the losses. It's now 4th down and 12 for Red Bank. Looks as Caleb Tate's going to drop back and pooch punt this one as Trey Carter's the deep back. Very, very elusive athlete back there. So you think they want to hang one up, get some defenders down there, maybe to the sideline and pin them.
I would definitely pin it somewhere close to the sideline to limit a big return from Carter.
Caleb Tate takes the snap. Poot punches a little bit. Not one that you would like to see from Red Bank as it takes a Soddy-Daisy roll. And for the 3rd straight possession, Justin Cook comes and brings his offense back on the field. They've had nothing but success here early on, up 14-0 on the Red Bank Lions.
So far, this one's going much like last night. Soddy-Daisy with a chance to make it 21-0 here, but question is, can Red Bank do what Ray County did to make this ball game?
Defensively, how do you slow down this potent offensive attack for Soddy-Daisy if you're the Red Bank defense?
Well, right now they've really not had any success doing anything, so I think first of all you just got to keep Cook in the pocket and limit the running game. Soddy's actually done a good job running the football early on.
Justin Cook takes a snap, hits Trey Carter again on the sideline, is able to break a tackle. He looks like he cuts it back upfield. He's going to run by everybody, and Trey Carter, just like that, into the end zone for another touchdown reception from this time 43 yards out. And just like that, I think the Trojans have had 5 total plays and 3 touchdowns as they are up 20-0 with 6:10 left in the first quarter as they are setting up to kick an extra point.
Just a simple little hitch route right there, 5-yard route. Trey Carter broke one tackle and then cut it inside, and it was off to the races. Nobody was catching him.
Killingsworth now lining up to kick the extra point. The hold by Jacob Lemons looks to be good. It is good. The Trojans are up 21-0 with 6:10 left in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break, but when we come back, we got more high school football on the River City Sports Network. You couldn't paint a better picture as Justin Barnes' team, this third-year head coach for the Trojans, is now up 21-0 on their rivals from the South, looking like they're going to make it 4 in a row, up 21-0 with 6:10 left in the ballgame as Christian Bell is lining up to kick off for the fourth time tonight. Red Bank hasn't gained, it seems to even be a yard because of multiple plays behind the line of scrimmage, and it's nothing but gold for the Soddy-Daisy offense. We were talking earlier in the broadcast about how much they were missing, and Trey Carter has said that we're not missing anything.
Yeah, definitely. Justin Cook has definitely stepped up and has the Soddy-Daisy offense has not missed a beat from Hunter Maynard last year.
A pooch kick looks to be fumbled, then recovered by the Red Bank Lions. A big break there. Couldn't imagine getting the ball back to the Trojans offense. That's been nothing but gold. But Caleb, the Red Bank Lions, number 12. We do not have a number 12 listed on this roster for Red Bank. We apologize for that. But he was able to retain, the mystery man was able to retain the ball for the Lions, and Caleb Tate needs to muster up something on this drive, or Red Bank might be forcing them into a hole that they might not recover from.
Yeah, they definitely have to get something going on this drive, and even if they don't score, they need to flip the field position. They've got the ball on the 36-yard line right here. At least get a couple first downs and pin Soddy-Daisy deep.
Caleb Tate walks up to the line of scrimmage. DeMarcus Rivers comes in motion, crosses Tate's face. He hands it off to his running back, number 3, Henderson, up to around the 40-yard line. A good run there by Henderson, the senior, trying to make something out of nothing as the Red Bank offense is just sputtered here to get going in the first quarter, down 21-0 on the road.
That's a good little run right there, though, by Henderson. Tough run on the outside, and one of the more positive plays that they've had on the night.
Yep, one of the more positive plays. We have not seen their defensive lineman, also a little split back, Trey Stanford, get in the game. We've seen the same lineup as Cagle and Perry are out wide. Your wingback is number 21, Jackson. Also, DeMarcus Rivers, 3 is Henderson, and then Caleb Tate is in the game as Jackson comes in motion. But it appears to get the ball off, the biggest play of the night is Robert Perry is able to catch about an 11-yard pass from quarterback Caleb Tate after he was shaken out of the pocket on that one. Number 45, Tyler Smith had him running, but he was able to connect to his receivers. That's something that's really good to see as the Lions are trying to make something happen.
Yeah, that was a good play by Tate to feel the pressure coming from behind him and get the ball out on the run quickly before he got caught by Smith.
It appears Red Bank has something going now as they try to cross the 50-yard line for the first time tonight on this stingy Soddy-Daisy defense. As Jackson gets the ball, isn't going anywhere as number 32 comes up to meet him. Connor Stiles on that one. A great play by Connor Stiles, not letting the speedy Jackson get out of his window of jumping range to bring him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Soddy-Daisy is all over these outside runs. There was 2 unblocked defenders right there, nowhere to go for the Red Bank runner.
It appears Red Bank's offense has had success when they attack the middle of the field, when they get them going in motion and leaving a little bit of a cushion there in the middle for Red Bank to exploit. We'll see if that Caleb Tate tries to hit a receiver over the middle maybe on this play. way off sides is the cornerback, number 3, Brandon Davis, coming up to press his opponent in Cagle for Red Bank, but clearly offsides on that one. You got to get something going, and hopefully the other team will mess up on like Soddy-Daisy did on that one, and Caleb Tate will take the free yards as of now.
5 yards is 5 yards, no matter how you can get it.
Interesting, speaking with head coach Chad Grabowski in the offseason, he said his offense, he wanted to go fast. Wasn't so much of a spread team like they were last year, but we've still seen 2 split out wide in this shotgun wing formation, and they've slowed it down a little bit, getting signals from the sidelines as Henderson gets the handoff from quarterback Caleb Tate, makes a move, and again gets up. It appears to be a first down for the Lions. The Lions are starting to get something going here. Red Bank defense needs to understand, yes, they've been on the field more than their offense has, but the game isn't over yet. It's still only 21. It is 21-0, but there's still a lot of time in this ball game.
Definitely, that was a good run there by Henderson. His first option went in there and cut it back and got it the first down.
Caleb Tate takes another snap, hands it right back to Henderson, who's bottled up by number 71, Fowler, on the Soddy-Daisy Trojan defense. Again, those inside runs haven't really been going anywhere. It's been more of the misdirection that's helped the Lions get down to the 40-yard line of Soddy-Daisy, so we'll see where they try to attack next. Trying to slow down the pace here is the Red Bank Lions to run some time off the clock, as their offense hasn't been able to get anything going in the first quarter, but able to hand off to DeMarcus Rivers, who tries to bump it outside. He appears to pick up 9 on the play. A great run from the senior, someone who felt a little bit undervalued in the Red Bank offense last year, speaking with him, but he's glad that he's getting the chance to get more carries this year and tries to make the most of them.
Yeah, that was a good patient run there by Rivers. Had some blockers out on the outside there, same jet sweep motion, and stayed behind them and made it a 3rd and short situation. We
have a 33 who has entered the game for Red Bank in the backfield, but again, we apologize. We do not have a 33 listed on this roster. We'll try to figure out who that is at halftime and get his name to you. Caleb Tate bottled up by a multitude of defenders, but the first one to get there, it looked like Tyler Smith again having a great game so far from his defensive line position, and forces Red Bank into a fourth down and 6 here. Down 21-0. Do you go for it? Do you try to kick him and pin him deep? What do you want to do on here?
At the beginning of this drive, I said pick up a few first downs, punt, and if you get stopped, punt it and pin Soddy-Daisy deep, and that's what they did. Got 2 first downs. Looks like they're going to punt it here, and I would try to keep it away from Trey Carter, though.
Caleb Tate is indeed deep for the Red Bank Lions in the punt formation. He snatches it off the ground, a little bit of a rugby style, tries to pooch it out of bounds, and he does. Gets it down inside the 20. It appears to be the 19 as Justin Cook, the junior quarterback, again brings his offense that's been nothing but gold here in the first quarter back onto the field. We'll see if they can muster up another scoring drive on this one, as the Trojans are up 21-0 on their rivals, the Red Bank Lions. We have a timeout here from Soddy-Daisy. We'll take a quick 30-second break, and from here we'll have Friday Night Football coming back to you on the River City Sports Network. After a short timeout there, I believe a TWSA timeout for hydration, as the humidity is pretty high here from Soddy-Daisy, as Justin Cook is lined up back into the shotgun. His split back is Christian Bell. Your receivers are Holcomb, Lemons, and Carter. The offensive line looking great so far. Had to replace a few starters for the Trojans in the offseason, but they've been holding their own against a great defensive front. That is Red Banks. Trey Stamper able to shake his block there, the defensive lineman for Red Bank, and bottle up Christian Bell, who appears to have stubbed his toe, but he appears to be okay on that play. Justin Cook and the Soddy-Daisy offense likes to go a little bit faster than Red Bank's momentum that they have going. Cook gets it, hands it off back to Bell, who again is bottled up by Trey Stamper, who's starting to field a little bit. The defense for the Lions have now forced the Trojans into their first third down of the game. Be interesting to see how the Trojans attack the field on this play.
Trey Stamper making his presence known right there. Big guy up front and is a playmaker on the Red Bank defense.
Again, Soddy-Daisy offense in their first third down of the game, already up 21-0. The big player of the night has been senior receiver Trey Carter, who's already caught 2 touchdown passes. But again, looking Justin Cook kind of bottled out, appears to look, trying to direct traffic, but he's bottled up by linebacker Robert Perry to force a fourth down on the play, and a flag comes in late. It appears that Justin Cook might get flagged for a personal foul there. We'll wait for the official to make the actual call. Whatever it was had Chad Grabowski a little bit frustrated. He's already a little bit more frustrated due to the 21-0 deficit his team faces. It was indeed a personal foul on this.
It was a personal foul on Red Bank and Soddy-Daisy, offsetting penalty. So pretty much just like no play happened there. Good little possession right there by the Red Bank defense to get Soddy to go 3 and out. But I like what Soddy-Daisy's doing. Well, it's still third down, so they're replaying the down.
Replaying the down might have been a good penalty. So forth to replay this down as Justin Cook again comes up. Oh, correction, it will be fourth down. They won't replay the down, and the punt team comes on for the first time tonight for the Trojans.
But as I was saying, it is nice to see Soddy-Daisy try to get the run game going a little bit, because coming into this game, I thought the defense needed to play well and have a good established running game, because we all know Soddy-Daisy can throw the ball around.
Your punter for the Trojans is also Christian Bell. Your deep back for the Red Bank Lions was DeMarcus Rivers, unable to make a return as Bell was able to punch it into about the 39-yard line, and Chase Payne was able to down it. Going to be the Red Bank Lions coming back out with 27 seconds left in the first quarter, down 21-0 on the road, trying to muster up something to get some kind of points before the end of the quarter.
I think that possession there by your defense has to give you a little bit of confidence to force Soddy-Daisy to go 3 and out. Just they limited the big plays on that one. Trey Stamper's starting to get going in this game, and I wouldn't mind seeing him get going on the offense side of the ball a little bit here.
Yeah, offensively for the Red Bank Lions, they had a turnover on their first possession, a turnover on downs on their second. They punted on their third, and I believe on their fourth possession. They had a nice little drive cooking, but ended up stalling, had to punt, pin the Trojans deep, and then they were able to make the Trojans punt for the first time tonight, and now they're back on offense as DeMarcus Rivers come in motion and gets the quick pitch, tries to get it outside, makes a cut, not going anywhere. It appears that it will be a horse collar on the Trojans defense, a little bit of a questionable call. Mackenzie Potter flagged on the play for a horse collar. It appears going to be a first down for the Lions coming up. Any way that you can gain yards in this one, because the Trojans defense have been so stout, it's a good sign to see for them, but also a great sign for the Red Bank Lions to pick up anything coming in this ball game.
Yeah, this penalty here, nope, they waved the penalty off, discussed it a little bit and saying no flag, so it'll be about a half-yard game there for Rivers, and it'll be 2nd and 9 for Red Bank.
Waving the flag, 2nd and 9 for Red Bank. As you just heard my colleague Eric Sisson say, go follow him at Eric Sisson on Twitter. He's got a lot of news coming for you throughout the week. Going to have his column on Monday, so check on that one, what we've learned from this weekend of Week 1 action in high school football. But back to the action, Caleb Tate takes it under center, and and it appears that he threw it down. Robert Perry not able to get the handle on that one, and number 12, Jordan Day, comes up and rocks Robert Perry after the whistle. Is going to look like get another personal foul, something that the Trojans cannot handle on this one. Tyler Rich, the defensive coordinator for the Trojans, clearly not happy about that play, but you couldn't help him. He might have not hurt the whistle on that one. He came up trying just to make a play on the ball.
He also might have thought that with the screenplay being set up like it was, it could have been a live ball and a fumble, but it was indeed a forward pass. But the officials are talking it over here.
Officials are talking it over here from Soddy-Daisy High School, trying to decide on this one. They have already waived off a few penalties, but on this one we are again live here from Soddy-Daisy High School. The Trojans are up 21-0 on their rivals from the South, the Red Bank Lions, currently on a 3-game win streak over the Lions, winners of 4 of their last 5 over the Lions, but penalty, Red Bank on Jordan Day did pick up a personal foul, and the Red Bank Lions are in business. Appears to pick up yardage on that one, crossing the 50 with 1.8 seconds left in the first quarter. Again, 21-0 is the Soddy-Daisy Trojans.
It's definitely not something you want to see right there by Soddy-Daisy. Your defense is playing great, but the 2 penalties, the offsides, and then the personal fouls gave Red Bank first downs.
Caleb Tate signaling you would expect this will maybe be a run or a deep shot, trying to get the defense off guard. Is Caleb Tate. You would like to see him attack more of the deep of the field, but it looks to be an option again as he holds on to the ball. And number 19, Jacob Jordan, comes up and makes the tackle. And at the end of the first quarter, you have your Soddy-Daisy Trojans 21-0 over the Red Bank Lions. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back for Friday Night Football on the River City Sports Network. We're back here live from Soddy-Daisy High School. You're listening to high school football on the River City Sports Network as the Trojans blasted out to a big lead, 21-0 in the first quarter, as the Red Bank Lions are now on offense. What went right for the Trojans in that first quarter, Eric?
Well, they just scored off of big plays. The big interception to start the game got them some momentum, and then the next play, Trey Carter got behind the defense. So Soddy-Daisy's just been making their living off of big plays.
Red Bank under center with a little bit misdirection, hands the ball off to number 33. Again, we do not have a 33 listed on our roster here. We'll try to get that for you at halftime, but he's been playing pretty good ball for the Red Bank Lions, running it down to the 23-yard line, and the Lions look to have had the best drive of the night so far early here in the second quarter.
Yeah, good run right there, right up the middle. Very A lot of action going on in the backfield on that play. Kind of confused Soddy-Daisy defense and almost inside the red zone here.
Caleb Tate again hands the ball off, but quickly stopped by number 32, Connor Stiles, on that play. Great play by Stiles. Again, he's had multiple tackles tonight from his linebacker position. Having a great night is the senior. What is it? How's the Soddy-Daisy Trojans on defense right now being so good to deter those long runs for Red Bank?
Well, I mean, they're looking very disciplined. I wasn't around last year, but I saw the numbers, and those weren't numbers from a disciplined defense. This defense out here right now is looking very disciplined, especially on the option plays.
Caleb Tate takes the pass, looks deep for the first time tonight, but is quickly hit by number 71, Jared Fowler, on that play. His second quarterback hurry tackle for the loss. Caleb Tate needs to be a little bit more composed in the pocket there and let his receivers make a play or two downfield, kind of throw it up. There's not much to lose right now, down 21-0. You need to get some points.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad pocket right there by the offensive line, and Tate kind of scrambled out of there too quick and ran more into the pressure. I think if he stayed in there right there, he would have been okay for a few more seconds.
Looking pretty good for a few more seconds there is the Trojan defense as Caleb Tate again comes up under, still in the wing shotgun formation. However, one is split out wide now, which is number 3, Henderson, missing one wing back. Appears to be a delay of game by the Red Bank offense, something that you don't want to see there. You want to move a little bit faster. I know you're trying to wind time down here because you are down so big, hit a couple of scores, but what are we going to do? What are they going to do here as they're trying to look to put the ball in the end zone?
I would say right here they're probably going to go misdirection again, or maybe a little play action pass. Straight drop back hadn't really worked much tonight, so I would look for play action or misdirection.
Caleb Tate again flushed out, quickly hit, tries to pitch it out. It looked good initially. He did get it out of the hands over the head of DeMarcus Rivers, though. Caleb Tate has been flustered all night, hasn't been able to consistently attack the middle of the field. Red Bank's offense that we saw last year continues to look like nothing's much changed in the offseason. Kind of looks as like the Florida offense looked last year and a couple years under Will Muschamp, for you of those Florida Gators out there, those SEC fans. But what is it about the Red Bank offense? To me, Eric, it just doesn't seem like they're wanting to run anything that consistently make plays. They had good success running the ball with Henderson leading up to their 3-yard line. There was a flag on the play, but it was waved off. Sorry for the slight pause there. It appears Red Bank is now lining up for a kick to try to get on the first points of the night after their offense again has sputtered. Offensive problems, it seems to be the norm for the Red Bank Lions. Hopefully they can get on the board with this field goal attempt.
I was watching this kid earlier in warm-ups, and he was hitting them consistently from 30 yards out. This one's from 43. He nailed it.
And it is indeed good from 43 yards. That was actually number 4. Again, sorry we don't have a number 4 listed on this play, on this roster. But Red Bank finally on the board, 21-3, down 21-3 here on the road against Soddy-Daisy.
The two guys that have made the most impact so far for Red Bank we don't have a name for, as number 4 made the field goal and number 33 is running the ball really well.
For the first time tonight, the Red Bank kickoff team has fielded your deep backs will be number 6 Jacob Lemons and number 26 Christian Bell for the Soddy-Daisy Trojans. Do you think Coach Grabowski's trying to get something quick to maybe an onside kick or a pooch kick to get them off set?
We should.
It looks like the Super Bowl from 2 years ago when the Ravens and the 49ers lost power here, but we're not going anywhere. We might take a quick break real quick to see how this one goes. So we'll be right back. We apologize for the quick break in our broadcast. We lost power shortly here from Soddy-Daisy. It just went off a little bit again, but we're gonna talk about so far the first half here from Soddy-Daisy as the Trojans are up 21-3 so far. Eric, we've got the power going on and off here, but we're still live. So let's talk about the Trojans and their magnificent offense here early in the first half.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little tingling or something here in my ear. I don't know, but the Trojans' offense just been Justin Cook and Trey Carter. Trey Carter's getting behind the defense and making plays as the defense is looking very disciplined as well. And it's looking like we're getting a number or a name here for number 33. We do not have number 4, but we do have number 33, which is Richardson. Number 12 is Clark for Red Bank, as the power continues to flicker.
I will say this, that now good logistical staff up here in the Soddy-Daisy press box, running down, helping ourselves, River City Sports Network, listening to some high school football. You can also see the broadcast live on TV on News Channel 9, helping them out a little bit. But for right now, we're back breaking it down a little bit. Soddy-Daisy's offense, what's going right and what's going wrong for the Red Bank defense?
Well, I think just about everything's going right for the Soddy-Daisy offense. I think the problem lies on the Red Bank defense in the secondary. We mentioned the absence of Will Davis. We thought he was a guy that could cover Trey Carter, and then we thought Jacob Lemons would have a good day, as we didn't think the Red Bank secondary had somebody that could guard him consistently. But without Will Davis, that has allowed Carter to get free and escape on 2 long touchdown runs.
The Red Bank offense, again, looking very superb here early in the first half, but we're going to take another quick break. We apologize for no music or commercials. That will be brought to you next week. We had a little bit of staffing issues, so just stay with us and don't go anywhere. Again, we're back from a short break. We have a few scores for my colleague to call out from across the valley here in Chattanooga. We are covering 38 schools this year, so if you want to know about Meigs County, you want to know about what McMinn Central's doing up there in Ottawa, correct? Or is that where McMinn Central is at, Eric?
McMinn is in Inglewood.
Inglewood, correction. I apologize for that. Also, you want to know about South Pitt, go to our website at rivercsports.com, your one-stop shop for all high school sports in the Valley. Oh, yeah, just to mention, we don't care about collegiates. We don't care about pros. We're all about preps at River City Sports. But we're going to call it a few scores here as 13-13 is tied up Walker Valley and Bradley Central. But let's run down through the rest, Eric.
We have Silverdale Baptist Academy leading 28-0 over Lookout Valley. Boyd Buchanan is winning 13-0 over the Tennessee Christian Preparatory School. And as you mentioned, Walker Valley and Bradley Central tied up at 13. We don't have a score on Notre Dame and Central, but we do know that Notre Dame is up 15 on Central, and Boyd Buchanan just scored again to go up 19-0. And from my hometown of Copper Basin, they are playing Coalfield and getting beat 21-0 there in the second quarter.
Again, our score here from Soddy-Daisy High School is 21-3 as the Trojans lead over their rivals from the south, the Red Bank Lions. So we're going to take another quick break, but hopefully when we come back, we'll have some more high school football on the River City Sports Network. And we welcome you back to the River City Sports Network, where you're listening to our high school football game of the week as the Soddy-Daisy Trojans are up 21-3 with 10 minutes and 4 seconds left in the second quarter. We just got in a few more scores from around the area. Eric, read those off.
We have CCS up 6-0 over Brainerd at the half. And then the Notre Dame score, we have it's 15-0. It was the margin there. And then Coalfield has scored once again to go up 29-0 over Basin.
The second-year head coach Rob Spence for the CCS Chargers look to be in business. That would be a great win for a program, beating a team with a little bit more athletes than them in Brainerd. So up 6-0 half. That's intriguing. But what we're going to do, we're going to take another quick break and listen to a few announcements from up in the PA to hear what are problems going on with the lights here at Soddy-Daisy High School. And we bring you back. You're listening to the River City Sports Network in our high school football game of the week from Soddy-Daisy High School as the Trojans again are up 21-3. We're having a little bit of a power problem from the campus of Soddy-Daisy High School. Wanted to bring you back and keep you updated. Someone from the county has been notified, so they're going to come and try to cut these lights back on. We're not going anywhere, so we'll talk a little bit about football from around the area. Let's talk specifically about Region 3, 3A, Eric, as the CCS Chargers are up 6-0 on out-of-region foe Brainerd, who's in Region 3 2A. But to get the Chargers to get a win the first week is a rival when Notre Dame's up 15-0 right now on Central at halftime. But let's talk about that region with Notre Dame, Signal, Red Bank, who's playing the Trojans right now, CCS, Howard, just to name a few.
Well, I think the Region 3 3A is definitely Notre Dame and everybody else. second place, third place, fourth place is all up for grabs. I think there's no question Notre Dame is the favorite in that one. So I think that's why it's interesting to see how CCS is doing against a very talented team in Brainerd, and with how Red Bank is struggling here. So I will really help propel them into the region play. And we mentioned the region Brainerd is in, Region 3 2A. That's probably one of the toughest regions in the entire area, with Marion County, Boyd Buchanan, Polk County, East Ridge, Brainerd, and who am I missing?
Howard.
And Howard.
Howard's on the road tonight against DCA Donaldson Christian Academy. Playing Polk County in the first game of the year. But again, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to have some more high school football on the River City Sports Network. We're back here from Soddy-Daisy High School. Just want to keep our listeners updated as often as we can. It appears that one row of lights or one tower may not come back on here, so it might be another 10 minutes before we get some high school football. But again, just scanning the area, some great games. Go to our friends' app at Scoreboard, the Scoreboard, to find that app on Google Play and iTunes, completely free. They're helping out the schools. We're trying to provide scores for the entire Chattanooga Valley across the state. 250 schools have signed up. Go get that. Get your team mentioned. But when we come back, we're going to have some more high school football. If we get another update, we'll come back real quick. But please stay with us. We're coming to you back live here from Soddy-Daisy High School as the Trojans are playing the rivals from the south. That is the Red Bank Lions. Currently, they are up on the Lions 21-0 here in the first half. We had a power issue. The lights appear they're coming back on. We might be missing a few, but we have a couple first quarter stats that we're going to run through for you.
Yeah, it's interesting here. Red Bank has 9 first downs, and Soddy-Daisy only has 2 first downs, which is interesting considering a 21-3 score. On 8 plays, Soddy-Daisy has 149 total yards, many of those coming through the air with Trey Carter. And Red Bank has 66 yards on 22 plays. And we have an update from Bradley Central Walker Valley game. It's 20-20 late in the first half. And Riverdale and Ooltewah are still scoreless after the first quarter. Defense is showing out there.
Neither of team can pass effectively. That's something that Ooltewah did not have any trouble with last year. That could just be a good, indication for that Riverdale defense, but also a good indication for the Ooltewah defense, keeping the Warriors scoreless there in the first half from the Owl's Nest. Teams are warming back up, so we're going to take just another quick break and hopefully come back with some high school football on the River City Sports Network. Again, we're jumping back on here on the River City Sports Network where you're listening to your host, Jonathan Neal. With me is my colleague for the color, Eric Sisson. The Trojans are currently up 21-3 on their rivals, Red Bank. This has been a very long first half. It's an hour and 8 minutes. We're only 2 minutes in. We're gonna come back in 3 minutes. So again, the lights are back on. We're missing one light, but we're going to be back in about a 3-minute break. So hold your horses, take a little bit more of a break. But hold on one second. We got some more updates coming across the Twitter feed.
Well, my dad just texted me and said Coalfield's now gone up 35-0 on Copper Basin. Coalfield expected to be a favorite in Class 1A this season. Riverdale, a slugfest defensively going on at Ooltewah High School. Riverdale is up 2-0 on the Owls over there in Ooltewah, and Brainerd has taken the lead over CCS in the third quarter, 7-6. And Silverdale has extended their lead to 31-0 over Lookout Valley.
Again, you're listening to the River City Sports Network. We're going to be back in approximately 2 minutes as the Trojans are up 21-3 with 10 minutes and 4 seconds left in the second quarter. We're coming back here on the River City Sports Network. We apologize again for the delay in our broadcast. We have a little bit of a power problem here from Soddy-Daisy, but it seems it's been fixed. We have 10 minutes left in the second quarter, so this one's going to be a little bit longer than usual on a Friday night as the Trojans are up 21-0 against their rivals. Third-year head coach Justin Barnes coming in 2-0 against Red Bank, appears on his way to 3 in a row as the Trojans are up early in the second quarter, and we've got football back on the River City Sports Network after a short break. Red Bank kicks off as, not too unexpected as a pooch kick, but it sails out of bounds, so it will still give the Trojans great field positions. And Justin Cook, someone who's starting now for the first time, has been a mainstay on the Soddy-Daisy Trojans JV team, had gotten real acclaim this offseason, gained some confidence, and he's shown it tonight.
He definitely has, looking great, but when you have a guy like Trey Carter out there on the edge, you can throw a 5-yard hitch to, and he takes it to the distance. Got to make you feel good. We got one more score out of McMinn County, the rivalry over there. It looks like McMinn County's back to their ways in that rivalry as they're up 21-0 at the half over McMinn Central.
That could be a bit of a surprise, not taking anything away from McMinn County, but Central returned nearly everyone from that 2014 team that was able to beat the Cherokees 36-35 in their opening matchup, on their annual opening matchup. But we're back to the action here from Soddy-Daisy High School. Justin Cook back under it. For most of you listening to our broadcast, it looked a lot like the break in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. That was the Ravens and the 49ers. So we'll see who can continue some momentum. Easy enough, it seems, as the Trojans keep the momentum, and Christian Bell way on his way up to the 35-yard line. Doesn't seem like the Trojans are slowing down or that low on that break, slowed anything down from the Trojan horses out here. Is Christian Bell last year gaining his worth here again. Justin Cook making a mainstay. Christian Bell again up to the 35-yard line of Red Bank. It appears that defense is just continued to allow big gashes. They're going to have to retain it back in and cover the middle of the field a little bit better.
That was a great play by the Soddy-Daisy offense line. Bell, quick run play, was in the secondary before you knew it.
Justin Cook with a little quick pass out to Holcomb. Holcomb with a nice move, but not able to shake number 23 for Red Bank, Zay Brown, on that one. But again, it picked up. It appears to be another first down for Soddy-Daisy on that one.
I think they're going to mark him just a little bit short there.
Correction, it will be 2nd down and 1 for the Trojans when they take a snap here. Justin Cook with a quick snap, hard count, trying to get the Red Bank defenders off guard. He pointed at one, but the ref let him get back across it. Getting the call from the sideline from the assistant coach there, and Donovan Barnes. Trojans moving the ball at will in this one early. Again, Christian Bell stopped rather quickly that time by Trey Stamper, who's up to 3 tackles on the night from his defensive line position. That's someone that the Red Bank Lions are dependent so much on this year. Again, without one of their star cornerbacks in Will Davis, we have not heard why Will is absent from this game and absent from this roster. We'll try to find that out during halftime as well. Again, you're listening to the River City Sports Network and our Friday game of the week. We have a 10-game schedule slotted for this upcoming season along with the playoffs. So catch us every Friday night broadcasting live on location. But we are here at Soddy-Daisy High School tonight as the Trojans are up 21-3 in moving the ball rather well on this drive as Cook goes back across.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing but wow on that play as Trey Carter adjusts his body mid-air, comes down with that one again. Another 25-yard touchdown grab for the senior receiver. I can tell his name may be in the paper, may be up on our site tomorrow because he's having one heck of a ball game so far as the senior on his 3rd grab tonight.
That was a great throw by Justin Cook there. Carter was in between the 2 safeties coming from the backside as Cook rolled around on the other side, and he turned and saw him on the backside and fired it on the run. Hold
no good as it was blocked by the Red Bank Lions. So now we have a score of 27-3 from Soddy-Daisy. The Trojans are up with 9:04 left in the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back on the River City Sports Network. We come back to you now with 9 minutes and 4 seconds left in the second quarter. The Trojans up 27-3 as their extra point attempt after a touchdown catch by Trey Carter, the senior from junior quarterback Justin Cook, was blocked by the Lions. A good play there by the young, inexperienced Lions field goal defense team. Another pooch punt now from Soddy-Daisy goes out of bounds. Something that you definitely didn't want to see. The Lions will be back in action, good field position, but their offense has been in good field position all night.
It definitely has, so that I don't think that changes anything, and really they have worse field position on this one than they've been doing on those little onside kicks. And another score update, this one from Cleveland, and as Scott Cummings makes his debut over there, they are tied with Sevier County 0-0 still with no score. Another score update, the Riverdale Warriors are up 9-0 as they capitalize on a short field with a touchdown grab by Gentry Bonds to bring the score to 9-0 over the Owls. The Owls down early, not used to getting held out on that one. As after you score 20 points in a jamboree, a 20-minute quarter, you don't expect to score nothing in the first two quarters.
Back to our action here. Caleb Tate hands it off to his running back, Destin Henderson, who looks to have picked up 4 on the play. Correction, they mark him short of just 4, so they're going to give him about 3. It will bring up 2nd down and 7 here as the Red Bank Lions are trying to make something happen here in the second quarter with 8 minutes and 40 seconds as we continue to run here from Soddy-Daisy High School. Caleb Tate from the shotgun gets the snap at a design quarterback run. It looks to appear to pick up the first down well over a yard. He will be marked at the 46-yard line. It appears that the bread and butter of this Red Bank offense will be design quarterback run, draw, and a quick pitch. Hasn't seen much more out of Chad Grabowski's offense here in the first half.
Yeah, Tate running the ball has been probably one of the most successful plays for the Lions here. And also we saw another score update. Bradley Central is now up on Walker Valley 27-20.
But again, back to our action here as Caleb Tate is looking. He has Cagle out to his left, Perry out to his right. His running backs are Henderson, 33 Richardson, and number 1 DeMarcus Rivers in the backfield with them as the Lions appear to be putting together a pretty good drive with 1st and 10. The chain gang has to get moving again. It's the first game of the season. Logistics aren't quite up to par of where you expect it, but we can't thank the hospitality here at Soddy-Daisy any more than they've given us complimentary waters, also a spot in the press box to broadcast, so we thank them very much. DeMarcus Rivers gets the carry, met by Husky for the Trojans, and lays the wood a little bit on him. And that's something that you want to see from these linebackers. Bend but don't break, giving up another 2-yard run, but nothing big. It's something that's we keep reiterating that. But again, the Soddy-Daisy Trojans gave up 36 points and only giving up 3 in the first half. That's a win for a Justin Barnes team.
Definitely. I've been all over this Soddy-Daisy defense all preseason saying that they have to improve or it's not going to get any better. They're not going to get over 5 wins. I'm very pleased with what I've seen tonight.
Pleased is the Soddy-Daisy defense impressing us mightily with a spear play to wide receiver Cagle, who gets the ball. You got to get him involved in this offense. A great-looking receiver that is number 14, Blake Cagle for the Red Bank Lions, who appears to pick up or just shy of the first down marker, but gets it back into a manageable 3rd and 1 for the Red Bank Lions, something that you want to definitely see out of this young offense as it appears a bigger, heavier package does come into the game as Trey Stamper comes in, maybe looking to take a direct snap. Interesting as Caleb Tate goes out wide.
Looks like Rivers is going to take the direct snap and Stamper's going to line up as an extra tight end and block a little bit.
We did hear from Coach Grabowski that besides just a few special packages like that one that we just saw, that Caleb Tate will take most of the snaps for the Red Bank Lions as he has all night. But DeMarcus Rivers taking the direct snap and able to catch up to pick up the first down on that play. Something good for the Red Bank Lions as they're looking to put together a drive. You would think with 6:36 left that they were able to drive down, get a touchdown, kick the extra point, get this one to within 17. That would be a win going into halftime for the Red Bank Lions.
Definitely it would. You gotta get some momentum going into halftime. As we saw last night, what a little bit of momentum can do going into the half as Ray County came back from a 21-point deficit just before the half with a touchdown. So let's see if Red Bank can get the same fortunes here and get a little momentum going.
Red Bank again, Caleb Tate looks, he finally tries to air it out a little too long for Robert Perry. The first pass downfield greatly covered by number 3, Brandon Davis on the play. Caleb Tate just a little bit too long for his wide receiver as it will be 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Red Bank Lions.
I like the call there, taking a shot. You haven't shown that all game, and then taking a little shot downfield to loosen up the Soddy-Daisy defense as they've been pinning their ears back and playing the run all night long.
We have a score update from the Owl's Nest. It is now 9-3 as Ottawa gets on the board against the Riverdale Warriors, that number 2 ranked team in Class 6A for them. But back to our action. Back in the backfield is Caleb Tate. Gives the handoff to DeMarcus Rivers. Tackled by Hunter Smith, but we have another flag on the play as it looks to be multiple markers, and it might be an offset personal foul call.
Looks like they're just calling the personal foul against Soddy-Daisy, so that's another personal foul penalty on Soddy-Daisy that's giving Red Bank a first down, and this is going to get them inside the 30-yard line.
Getting them down to inside the 30-yard line will be Red Bank will take anything that they can get right now, down 27-3 on the road. Something to note, last year Soddy-Daisy did come storming out of the gate against Hickson, and they let another rival from the south get back into it. So hopefully the defense doesn't allow that in the first half of this. That's what Justin Barnes thinking. We're kind of a little indifferent. We want to see Red Bank get on the board here. But with that being said, Red Bank trying to muster up a drive. Caleb Tate pitches it back. That could have been a backwards pass, but they call it incomplete. His intended receiver on the play was DeMarcus Rivers. It seems when Red Bank tries to get out of their comfort zone, they don't have much success.
Right, they definitely have their bread and butter with a little pitch to the right and then a little misdirection off of it and back to the other side. And then the design quarterback runs by Tate, but it looks like Tate, it does seem a little bit uncomfortable on these bubble rat stuff. And I'll give him credit. Those bubble rats you're like, it's a 5-yard route. It's easy to throw, but it's really one of the harder throws to make as the receiver's moving away from you. So it's kind of hard to judge, but definitely a throw you need to make.
Tate again takes the snap, hands it off to DeMarcus Rivers, who finds a little bit of room, gets it up to, it appears to be the 21-yard line. It will bring up a 3rd down for the Lions, who are trying to get something on the board before halftime, as the Trojans are up 27-3 with 5:34 left in the first half.
We saw in the last time Red Bank got down this far, they're definitely in field goal range for their kicker, who we still do not have a name on. We will try to get that for you at halftime.
He had a 43-yarder earlier to get the Lions on the board, so well within range. You would really want the Lions to get something out of this drive, so probably more of the plays the players are more comfortable with, some design runs to set that up to get some more points on the board. Caleb Tate with an air throw just out of the reach of the defensive back, Jacob Jordan, on the coverage. He almost had an interception. He would have laid out for that one in the back of the end zone. But it brings up 4th down for the Red Bank Lions. It appears Chad Grabowski is electing to go for it here, trying to muster something up, even though his kicker did make a 43-yarder earlier.
I think right here I would let your kicker score again and get the field goal to get 6 points going in the half. That would make it a 21-point ball game. So it's still 3-possession ball game whether you get a touchdown or the field goal.
We do have another score update. As halftime, Walker Valley is down 20 to 27 to Bradley Central as Cole Copeland and the Bears are up at half 27-20 again over the Walker Valley Mustangs. Another score update for you is the Silverdale Seahawks are up 31-0 on the Lookout Valley Yellow Jackets. Something to keep in mind on as Silverdale moves into that loaded Region 3-2A as Al Rogers feels that the Seahawks might have got a little bit nipped in the realignment, but he's eager for it. He just worries about his protection of his kids playing with so many, less depth than some of those teams like a Marion County or Boyd Buchanan.
Yes, they definitely got hurt by the TSSAA private school multiplier, and he feels that they should be in that same region with Lookout Valley, Copper Basin, South Pittsburgh, and Whitwell, and also Sell Creek. But instead he got put in probably one of the toughest regions in the area, as we mentioned earlier, Region 3-2A. And we had a penalty against Red Bank here. Not sure what it was, but it's a 3rd and 21 situation upcoming.
And for many in our coverage area, don't know much about the Coffee Pot, but if you do, Coffee County is up in the Mid-State 35-0 after Tullahoma has rolled off 7 straight. It might sting a little while for the ex-Wildcats, my alma mater, a little bit. I was part of one of the 4 of those wins in a row, so it's hurting me up here a little bit, but we're back to Soddy-Daisy. Just rivalries all over the state, Eric.
Definitely, and nice pass and nice hit there by the Soddy-Daisy defense. Tate looked good on that one, throwing it to Rivers. I believe it was Rivers as he looks a little shaken up on the play, but due to the penalty, they're still way short of the first down. It looks like the field goal unit will come on.
4th down and 4 for the Red Bank Lions, but they are electing to kick the field goal to try to get something out of this drive with 4:32 left in the first half as the Trojans are up 27-3.
This will be a
The kick is no good, but it appears a roughing the kicker penalty is coming onto the Soddy-Daisy defense, something that the defense definitely didn't want. That is one of the mistakes we were talking about. A team that gives up 36 points per game, they got to limit the mistakes. That was a season ago, but again, you got to limit those mistakes, those mental mistakes here in this game. You don't want to give them the game. You don't want to give them an opportunity to get back in this game.
Definitely, that's 3 or 4 first downs that Soddy-Daisy has given up due to penalties, and as Red Bank continues this long drive, they are up to, this will be the 11th play of the drive after canceling out that field goal.
Cancels out that field goal, gives the Lions a 1st and 10 from the Soddy-Daisy 19. A fresh set of downs for quarterback Caleb Tate, but it appears that DeMarcus Rivers, Caleb Tate is still in the ball game. We're going to work through this one as the officials are talking to head coach Justin Barnes about that call.
I think he wanted to run it into the kicker call instead of roughing the kicker call, but looks like the officials are sticking with their call from the original standpoint.
Caleb Tate again in the shotgun. A very long half here. Humidity is getting. You see a couple players on the Soddy-Daisy sideline getting some cramp treatment as Caleb Tate keeps a design quarterback run, tries to get up. We might have a holding penalty from where the line judge or the back judge threw that one all the way from the back. So if he's seeing it, it's something. Trying to dictate that officials are of what that penalty actually was. Could have been a makeup call on that one. It was a holding call on the Red Bank Lions. It will push them back. They will play the down, but it will be 1st and 20 as they are now on the 20. 1st down and 22 to go from, it will appear to be the
26-yard line.
26-yard line.
27. And once again, right when Red Bank gets a little momentum and Soddy-Daisy gives them the first down, they're just right back behind the chains in a 1st and 22 situation, which is definitely something this offense is not accustomed for.
Caleb Tate in the shotgun, not wanting to have to gain more yards than a typical fresh set of downs, but he will have to on this drive as he turns and hands the ball back to number 33, Henderson, as he's been able to pick up some of the yards, not quite get back to their original line of scrimmage, but it was a good play for the Red Bank Lions, who again are trying to get something with 3:33 left in the half.
Good little run right up there, just attack the Soddy-Daisy defense right up the middle.
Again, the bread and butter for the Red Bank Lions continue to work as they attack that 3-man front of the Soddy-Daisy Trojans, but the linebackers have been roaming quite well tonight for the Trojans, who are able to quickly wrap up Richardson, number 33, Richardson, number 33, but it might look to be a legal procedure call on the Red Bank Lions, who continue to shoot themselves in the foot on this drive.
Definitely can't have penalties against yourself when you're down 24 points trying to get something going before the half. One thing to note, though, the Red Bank Lions have been on this drive for nearing 6 minutes now. Clock ticks to 3:05, and they started this drive with 9 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the half. So, if anything, they are keeping the ball out of Justin Cook's hands in the Soddy-Daisy offense.
Trying to find something here is Red Bank as Caleb Tate takes the snap, makes a quick throw out to his receiver, number 5, Robert Perry, but number 3, Brandon Davis, comes up and makes a great open field tackle, not giving Robert Perry any room to maneuver and try to get.
You almost just kind of want to get the field goal unit back out there, pick up a couple yards on the ground, and let your kicker get you 3 points.
Number 3, Henderson gets the carry for Red Bank, but unfortunately he's not able to pick up the first down for the Lions, and their field goal unit comes back on. We have another score update now from the Valley. South Pitt and Sequatchie County are scoreless. They're from South Pittsburgh High School. It was great going up and talking with Coach Grider today about his South Pittsburgh Pirates and hooking up scoreboard at South Pittsburgh, but again, a scoreless game there against Sequatchie County. Red Bank has lined up for the field goal, and again, it's up and good, as now Red Bank gets some more points on the board and is now only down 27-6 with 1:28 left in the half. We're going to take a quick break here, but when we come back, we're going to have some more high school football on the River City Sports Network. We're back here from Soddy-Daisy High School as the Red Bank Lions are lining up to kick off, and they kick it off deep. Retrieved the kickoff was Christian Bell up to the 38-yard line, but it appears to be a flag on the play holding on the Soddy-Daisy Trojans, so it will bring it back a little bit as Justin Cook has a minute and 18 seconds to muster up a quick two-minute drill drive to get some more points on the board for the Trojans. If
previous drives were any indication, it shouldn't be no problem for Soddy-Daisy to score here with 1:18 left in the half, but it's more of a question of if they want to score as they begin their drive on their own 11-yard line.
It's interesting to see because we haven't seen the opposite receiver, Jacob Lemon, of that of Trey Carter, get any passes in his direction tonight. So we'll see if Justin Cook gets his other receiver involved on this drive. A quick screen pass, that is Soddy-Daisy, and just continues to run was Christian Bell, a great receiver out of the backfield last year, having over 300 yards receiving from his running back position. Looks good on that play as Soddy-Daisy continues to move a little bit fast as we're up to a minute and 9 seconds. Justin Cook is back under center, throws it to Trey Carter over the middle. He looks like he might leave everybody, and he is to the end zone. That is number 4 receiving touchdown on the night. We actually had a little bit of a discussion up here if Justin Cook and Trey Carter could possibly beat Hunter Maynard's record from last year of 5 touchdown passes, but it looks as it will have a flag on the play. But again, that was Trey Carter's 4th touchdown reception of the night if it does not get called back.
Red Bank was in good position right there as Carter caught the ball, but it was 2 steps and he left the defender behind, and it very, very impressive. Looks like a personal foul?
It looks like it might have been an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. I didn't see what happened on that end of that play. It didn't seem like it was an excessive celebration or anything. Carter just and them having a little bit of fun. They're high schoolers. Let them play the game. Let them have their moment. But I believe they're going to leave the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff as we just heard over the PA system. But they're lining up to go from 2 for here in Soddy-Daisy as they're up 33-6 with 55 seconds left in the first half. Justin Cook telling Carter to get a little bit more out wide as Jacob Lemons come in motion. They roll him to the right a little bit, but Carter catches the ball again, adding an extra point now. Number 2 and number 9 have looked completely unstoppable here in the first half as the Trojans take a lead 35-6 here in the first half with 55 seconds left to go in the half. It's already 9 o'clock here from Soddy-Daisy, but there's a lot more football to be played, but we might start seeing a few more younger players get into this one as it's beginning to turn into a blowout.
Yeah, it definitely is. Another score, I believe another score, if my math is correct, will ensue the running clock and things will speed up really quick. But, yeah, we're still not to halftime with the power outage and everything. Soddy-Daisy's offense has not missed a beat from last season, and their defense it seems to be improved tremendously, depending on the quality of this Red Bank offense. Soddy-Daisy looking really, really sharp.
Just speculating a little bit, Soddy-Daisy will be facing the Central Pounders next week as they're facing off against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish right now, and Notre Dame up in that one. So it will be interesting to get another area opponent in here next week. So we'll see what Soddy-Daisy can muster up next week on offense. Still a whole half left to play of the ball, but if you're Justin Barnes, you got to be liking what your defense has done on that side of the ball, but also what your offense has done. There have been some talks in the offseason of number 9, Trey Carter, not playing, but man, is he playing tonight.
Hey, he's letting himself be known. he's saying, look, I'm out here, I'm playing. But, yeah, Justin Barnes has to be thrilled with the way his team's come out here. I think the only thing he's looking for now is just to finish the ball game. Don't be doing anything stupid, such as the personal fouls and things like that. Just continue to play and continue to execute the way they're doing, and let some younger guys soon to get some reps.
It's amazing what a receiver with some wheels can do for you in an offense like this, as he's had back-to-back 800-yard season receiving. Now it's his senior season. You can tell he really wants to put a stamp on it, as Christian Bell lines up, is going to kick, but it looked to be another fumble picked up by DeMarcus Rivers, initially hit by DeMarcus Rivers, fumbled by DeMarcus Rivers. He re-picked up his fumble, able to jump over the 50-yard line, as the Red Bank Lions are still down 35-6 in this one. It's 51 seconds and 51.5 seconds left in the first half. What do? You take a knee? Do you run it? You don't want to look like you're throwing in the towel right now, but you might want to let it get run out, recalculate your mentality coming back in the second half.
I think the best thing right now is to get into the locker room for halftime. And you mentioned Trey Carter having 800 receiving yards on the year last year. I don't have it official yet, but he's probably inching close to 200 on tonight for sure.
Caleb Tate does roll out to his right, followed by Tyler Smith. On that play, another sack by Tyler Smith, that's his second for the night. Red Bank can just not get anything going on the offense here in our River City Sports Game of the Week from Soddy-Daisy High School. We were here last year for our first game ever covering, and now we're back up here. It's always been a pleasant experience. You're listening to John Neal, your host, and Eric Sisson for your color analysis, as Soddy-Daisy is up 35-6 in this one.
Smith is looking good coming off the edge for this Soddy-Daisy defense from defensive end position.
Richardson on the carry. It looks as Red Bank's going to let this one run out. For your halftime score, we have 35 Soddy-Daisy. I repeat again, 35-6 over the Red Bank Lions, as Trey Carter and first-year starter at quarterback Justin Cook appear to be unstoppable in this one at the half. And we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back, break down the first half for you in 3 minutes, and see what went so right for the Soddy-Daisy offense and what went so wrong for the Red Bank Line defense.
take a simple handoff, a short pass, and take it to the house.
Another score has come across our Twitter feed as Bradley Central and Walker Valley are all tied up at 27 with 8:20 left in the third quarter. Again, Walker Valley, Bradley Central tied at 27. Football on the River City Sport Network. And we bring you back here live on the River City Sports Network. We got our high school game of the week against the Soddy-Daisy Trojans and the Red Bank Lions. The Trojans are up right now 35-6 with a minute and 12 seconds left in the half. But the Trojans have not come back onto the field so far. Red Bank is warming up, so we'll talk a little bit more of some scores. I think we got one coming from CCS.
Yeah, Brainerd has shortened the CCS lead and now just trailed by 2 points with 7:35 remaining. That score is 16-14. The Chargers are on top there.
Nothing over the Lookout Valley with 6:45 left in the game. They've got the running clock, the consolation clock going on that one, trying to find some more scores. But again, let's say the score's 0-0, Eric. What does Justin Barnes need to see from his team here in the second half to go in to the second week of the season? And what does Chad Grabowski need to see from his young and inexperienced team? Because week one, and their schedule is definitely not forgiving. Soddy-Daisy looked to be one of the easier opponents. Not the case so much far as they still have Baylor, McMinn Central, Notre Dame, Alcoa, McCallie on that schedule, Signal Mountain. Many of those games are going to be very difficult to play in this season after being down 35-6 in the first half against Soddy-Daisy.
Yeah, I think what Barnes is telling the Trojans is just and in the second half, what he wants to see is just the same thing he saw in the first half. I really don't. Well, minus the penalties. I think the penalties. I think if this was a closer game, those penalties really could have hurt the Trojans. But for Red Bank, just get something positive going. They just have to get something going on the offensive side of the ball. They've shown they can have those long, sustained drives, but They need to get a touchdown headed into a tough week against Baylor next week.
We got a few more scores coming across the Twitter feed. Polk County is up 7-6 over the East Ridge Pioneers, and you also have Sevier County up 7-0 in the third quarter against Cleveland from Benny Monroe Stadium. But again, we're going to take a short break. We apologize for all the breaks, but some time has been off here. We got some lights off here at Soddy-Daisy, so we'll be back in just a quick second.
Comanche County and Polk County High School is leading Eastridge 7-6.
Again, your deep backs will be number 9, Trey Carter, and number 6, Jacob Lemons. I think they've moved a little bit around to prevent a pooch kick. That is of Red Bank. Again, the Trojans are up 35-6 to start the second half. Always like doing this little segment with Eric Sisson. We call it the best case scenario starting the second half. Give me the best case scenario for Soddy-Daisy and the best case scenario for the Red Bank Lions to open up the second half.
Best case scenario for Soddy-Daisy would be not to let Red Bank cut into this lead any and or extend the lead. Best case scenario, I would say, for Red Bank would just be get some positive things going, get in the end zone, get a feel for scoring, maybe even cut into the deficit and make the score look a little more respectable.
One more quick update is Sevier County is up 14-6 on Cleveland with 11:33 to go in the fourth quarter. Make that 4 touchdowns for Alex Darris of Notre Dame. A 20-yard dart down the left side puts the Irish up 30-6 with a 2-point conversion over Central. It looks as the Irish have started mustering things. Darris starting where he finished off after throwing 30-plus touchdown passes last year for Notre Dame and starting to click now down at Central.
Definitely. That score at 15-6, I was a little worried about Notre Dame, but it looks like they're going now.
We were just talking about a best-case scenario for the Red Bank Lions. The Red Bank Lions do a pooch kick. Something that I said they might want to mix up is the Soddy-Daisy Trojans to not prevent a pooch kick, and they did allow a pooch kick. The Red Bank Lions, after a little bit of me rambling there, have recovered that pooch kick, and now they're in business. Line up from about going to be the 20.
It's like the 29-yard line.
29-yard line. Another update real quick. DCA is up 7-0 over Howard at the half. A great showing from a young Howard team to hold the DCA to only 7 points in the first half. Before Red Banks gets going on offense, we have a final Silverdale tops Lookout Valley 45-0 for this first-year sports. For this first game of the year, the Seahawks moved to 1-0, and Lookout Valley falls to 0-1.
Big win for the Seahawks there, non-region contest. Got to win just about every non-region contest playing in that tough region.
Caleb Tate now under center makes a pass tipped by number 13, Ty Beck, for the Trojans. Great defensive play right there, trying to come back and make a little bit of a play to try to stop that momentum Red Bank got from and drops down quickly is number 10, Bo Baylock, on that. A good recovery. Soddy-Daisy comes back onto the field.